All right, welcome back to another episode of Chasing Cards. As you may know, those of you that have been following the channel for a little bit, I have gotten back into the autograph collecting hobby, mainly through the mail, but there have been times in the past where I have gotten cards also um, in person at ball games and stuff. So I also used to be very big on doing through the mail when I was a kid. I used to send cards into the stadiums and letters to the stadiums to players. Still have all those cards, and I wanted to kind of take this video to kind of show you my collection of what I've amassed over the years. All right. All right, starting off here. Let me turn the camera here. I've got Brady Anderson from the Baltimore Orioles. I've gotten him both in person on a parking ticket for Memorial Stadium back in the late 80s. I've got him here in a 92 Upper Deck from Camden Yards, and the 91 I had gotten through the mail, which he actually had personalized. As an Orioles fan, I always did enjoy watching Brady play. All right. Also had gotten Sandy Alomar Jr. Through the mail when I was younger on his 91 Topps rookie card, Gold Cup. That was one I was very proud to get back in the day. I also had gotten Baltimore Orioles pitcher Jeff Ballard. I actually got him in person at a autograph signing at a local Blockbuster Video near where I lived at the time. Phil Bradley is another one I got when he played for the Orioles. I got him outside of Memorial Stadium after a game. All right. One of my favorite Orioles I got twice at two different games, Mike Devereaux. I got Mike Devereaux on a 91 Upper Deck after a game, and I also got him on a 89 Donruss card with him in his Dodgers uniform. All right, another one I had gotten through the mail I sent to the Mariners way back in the 80s was Alvin Davis, back when he signed. So I did get Alvin Davis's autograph through the mail. All right. One that I hate that I'm an Orioles fan that I had gotten this, but he played for the Orioles at the time, and I got him outside of Memorial Stadium, was I got Glenn Davis. Probably the worst trade in Orioles history. I got his autograph actually not once, but twice. This one I had gotten in person. You can see his little fingerprint smudge on there. That one I had gotten through the mail back in the 80s. All right. Another one I had gotten back in the day through the mail was Cecil Fielder, back when he was jacking all those home runs. This one I had sent out as a long shot, probably about 1989, 1990, maybe 91. I was kind of surprised that one came back. All right. Turning to football here for one here, I got Darryl Green. As in addition to the the Orioles, I'm also a Redskins/Commanders fan. Darryl Green was at a grand opening back in 1988, 89 at a local shopping mall that was opening up in the town I lived in. So they had a few Redskins that came out there, and I'll show you more of them later on here in the video. But Darryl Green was one that I got for the grand opening of the bank that was in the mall there. All right. Another one I had gotten through the mail back in the day was Andres Galarraga. I got him through the mail when he played for the Expos. All right. Another Oriole I got, as you can tell, my autographs are very Oriole heavy, is I got Chris Hoyles, catcher back in the 90s for the Orioles. I actually got him through the mail. All right. Another one I got was journeyman Tim Hewlett. He played for Baltimore, but he also played for several other teams, and most notably, I think the White Sox he played for. As well. I had gotten him twice outside at Memorial Stadium. I only had the same card of him at the time, and he was gracious enough to sign both of them. All right. Through the mail, I also had gotten Sam Horn when he played for the Orioles. All right. Next one here is one of my all-time favorite autographs here. I went to a game at Memorial Stadium back in 89, 90. Right before Camden Yards opened up. I think I was in 7th grade at the time. And the Orioles played Kansas City. We're playing the Kansas City Royals. I remember this very well because outside the game, we were lining up to get Brady Anderson's autograph. Well, Brady was kind of, for lack of a better word, being a dick to the people. So I remember this one kid yelling that the Royals were signing around the corner. In particular, Bo Jackson was signing around the corner. So everybody, it was kind of funny. There was a mass exodus from Brady all the way down to the other end to get Bo Jackson. I was one of the lucky few that was able to get down there. And I got Bo Jackson's autograph, who was my favorite player at the time. One of my favorite players at the time, I should say, on the 91 or the 89 upper deck. And unfortunately, though, he signed it on ballpoint pen, but beggars can't be choosers, right? All right. Another one I got is Alan Mills. I'd gotten him at a card show back in the 90s as well. It was like an Orioles kind of fan fest thing. He was there. I had met Alan Mills. He was very nice and very gracious, and I'd gotten him through the mail as well. I mean, through the card show. I'm sorry. The next one is another Orioles pitcher I got through the mail. This was actually the very first autograph request I had sent. I had a friend of mine at the time that was telling me about, hey, you should really try to send your cards through the mail. They sign. So this was the first one I tried. It was Bob Malacky, who used to pitch for the Orioles. This was the first one I ever sent out and the first one I got back. So this one, you know, although he didn't have the greatest career, this one always holds a special place because this was my first one. All right. I sent 3 through the mail back in the 80s to Barry Larkin, and I was lucky enough to get 3 of them back on the 89 Topps, the 90 Donruss, and the 89 Upper Deck. I always kind of suspected that these might be auto pen, but just by the way the texture of the pen is here and stuff, the signature, but I'm really not 100% sure, but I like to think they were real, but it is what it is. All right, another one I'd gotten through the mail was Luis Medina, who used to be a prospect for the Cleveland Indians at the time. All right, another one I had gotten in person was Randy Milligan. I had gotten him at an Orioles Fan Fest back in the 90s. He was actually the organizer of the Fan Fest, the Randy Milligan card show. And that's where I also got Mark McLemore when he played for the Orioles as well. All right, a couple more here to show you. Few more pages here. All right. Back at that shopping mall opening with the Redskins at the time, I was lucky enough to get my favorite player at the time, Art Monk. And I also got that same show, or that same opening, Charles Mann. And I had gotten, outside of a game at Memorial Stadium one time, Johnny Oates. Now, these were cards that the local gas station was sending out a while ago. They had out a while ago. Like the Orioles anniversary set, and Johnny Oates was part of that. So I got him to sign his card when he managed the Orioles. All right, another one I had gotten through the mail was Greg Olson, who used to be the closer extraordinaire for Baltimore. He was actually the Rookie of the Year in 1989 for the American League. So yeah, I was very lucky to get that. Another Oriole that I got at the time, well, this is when he played with Texas, was Rafael Palmeiro. I had gotten him through the mail. Not once, but twice. I always enjoyed watching Rafael play when he played for the Orioles. Even if he was on the roids, I still enjoyed watching what he accomplished. He also had a very sweet swing back in the day. All right, this other one was probably one of my greatest achievements through the mail. I had gotten Kirby Puckett through the mail back in the late 80s. Kirby Puckett, I sent him this Donruss MVP card. He sent it back, signed in ballpoint pen. I was actually really shocked to get this back because I didn't usually send to a lot of big name players back then. Just because I was for fear of not getting my card back. But this one I took a gamble with, and I'm glad I did. I always enjoyed watching Kirby play. All right, another one I had gotten was Arthur Rhodes, who used to pitch for the Orioles. I gotten him at FanFest as well. All right, the next 3 I'm going to show you, because being a big Orioles fan, are probably my most prized possessions here. One of them, I got Cal Ripken Sr. Okay, I got him outside of a game at Memorial Stadium back in the mid-'80s. He was gracious enough to sign. All right. I also got Billy outside of a game, Billy Ripken, on his 88 Donruss card. But the coup de grace, I had gotten the GOAT outside of Memorial Stadium, Cal Ripken Jr., my favorite all-time player. I got the GOAT, and this is something I treasure very much. Okay, I'd also gotten B.J. Surhoff, and I had gotten Larry Sheets. As I said, very Oriole-friendly here. All right, through the mail a while ago, I'd gotten Steve Sachs. All right, back when he played with New York, I got him. I think he's still signing through the mail even today, I believe. Another one I had gotten through the mail when he played with Baltimore was Mickey Tettleton. I don't think Mickey Tettleton signs too much through the mail anymore. Very glad that I got that. Okay, another one I got was former Cubs outfielder Jerome Walton. Back when he had a cup of coffee with the Orioles, I got his autograph. And Craig Worthington was another one I had gotten who played for the Orioles. And then finally, through the mail, before he came to Baltimore, and I think this might be an auto pen as well, but I'm not sure, it was Todd Zeile. All right. Those are the autographs I had got.